Ever wonder what happens when space gets bubbly? Yeah, space bubbles are totally real, and they're causing cosmic chaos up there. These plasma-filled party crashers are messing with our satellites and creating some seriously wild light shows in the sky. So here's a wild story. Back in '92, scientists were doing their usual satellite checkups when they stumbled onto something completely unexpected. The instruments were going crazy, showing these weird balloon-like structures floating around Earth's magnetic field. At first, they thought their equipment was broken. I mean, who expects to find bubbles in space, right? But nope, these plasma-filled pockets were 100% real. It's like going to clean your garage and accidentally discovering a portal to another dimension. The team spent weeks double and triple checking their data before they could believe what they were seeing. These mysterious space bubbles were about to change everything we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. Here's the cool part. These space bubbles form when the sun throws a cosmic tantrum. When super-hot solar wind crashes into Earth's magnetic shield, it creates these massive pockets of electrically charged gas. Think of it like shaking up a soda can. All that energy has to go somewhere. The bubbles start small near the equator, but as they rise higher into space, they expand like hot air balloons. They can grow bigger than Earth itself. The wild part is, they're invisible to our eyes, but they're packed with enough energy to mess with satellites and create those amazing aurora light shows we see in the night sky. Ready for the coolest physics lesson ever? These space bubbles are basically nature's own lava lamps, but way more epic. When the charged particles inside these bubbles get super excited, they start to glow, just like those neon signs in your favorite diner. The colors change based on what kinds of gases are getting zapped. Oxygen glows green and red, while nitrogen throws in some blue and purple. And they're not just sitting still up there. These bubbles dance and swirl around Earth's magnetic field like they're at some cosmic rave. The craziest part? Some of these light shows are so powerful they can actually interfere with radio signals and GPS. It's like having a disco party in space that occasionally unplugs your phone. Here's where things get wild. These space bubbles aren't just pretty light shows, they're technological troublemakers. When a big bubble drifts between your phone and a GPS satellite, it's like throwing cosmic static into your navigation system. Your phone might think you're 5 blocks away from where you actually are. And radio communications? These bubbles can turn a clear signal into something that sounds like it's being broadcast from underwater. Airlines have to watch out for these bubble zones because they can lose contact with ground control. The most mind-blowing part? A single large bubble can knock out communications across an entire continent for hours. It's like nature's version of putting your phone in airplane mode, whether you want it or not. You've probably seen those jaw-dropping photos of the northern lights, right? Well, guess what? Our space bubbles are the secret artists behind that cosmic light show. When these bubbles smash into Earth's magnetic field, they spark an amazing reaction. The charged particles in the bubbles spiral down towards Earth's poles, crashing into atoms in our upper atmosphere. It's like nature's greatest paintbrush, splashing greens, purples, and reds across the night sky. The bigger and more energetic the bubble, the more spectacular the aurora display. Sometimes these bubbles create such intense auroras that you can spot them way farther south than usual, even in places like Florida. Let's talk about these bubbles' favorite hangout spot, the equator. It's like these plasma bubbles are beach lovers, showing up most often in the warm zones around Earth's middle. The science behind it is pretty wild. The intense sunlight at the equator heats up our ionosphere like a cosmic microwave, creating perfect conditions for bubble formation. Think of it as a celestial kitchen. When the heat's just right, these bubbles start popping up everywhere. They usually appear after sunset, when the cooler night air meets the superheated upper atmosphere. It's exactly like watching a pot of water start to boil, except this pot is hundreds of miles wide and filled with electrified gas. Tracking invisible space bubbles sounds impossible, right? But scientists have some seriously clever tricks up their sleeves. They use special satellites equipped with plasma sensors. Think of them as cosmic bubble detectors. These high-tech space scouts measure tiny changes in electrical charge and temperature that reveal where bubbles are lurking. The coolest part? We've got a whole network of these bubble-hunting satellites circling Earth right now. They work together like a giant game of Marco Polo in space, mapping out where these sneaky bubbles pop up. When they spot one, they can track its size, movement, and even predict where it might cause trouble for other satellites. Think your phone's acting weird? Blame it on space bubbles. These floating troublemakers love to play havoc with our tech. When a massive plasma bubble drifts by, it can scramble weather satellite data faster than a blender on steroids. Your weather app might show sunshine while it's actually raining cats and dogs. But that's not all. These cosmic pranksters can turn your crystal-clear phone call into a static mess. It's like they're playing cosmic tag with our signals, bouncing them around and mixing them up. The really funny part: sometimes these bubbles make satellites think they're crashing into something when there's nothing there. It's basically like giving our expensive space tech a ghost story to freak out about. You think Earth's space bubbles are wild? Wait until you hear about our planetary neighbors. Jupiter is basically throwing the biggest bubble bash in the solar system. Its massive magnetic field whips up plasma bubbles bigger than our entire planet. They spin and swirl in Jupiter's crazy fast rotation, creating light shows that make Earth's auroras look like tiny sparklers. Meanwhile, Venus is rocking some seriously nasty bubbles. Its thick, toxic atmosphere creates foam-like structures that would melt your spacecraft faster than butter in a hot pan. These Venusian bubbles are packed with acid and superheated gases, making Earth's plasma bubbles look like friendly little soap bubbles in comparison. Here's the thing about space travel. These plasma bubbles are like cosmic speed bumps we never saw coming. When we send astronauts to Mars or beyond, they'll have to dodge these invisible troublemakers. Think of it as trying to drive through a storm where the raindrops are made of electricity and can fry your navigation system. Scientists are working on special shields and detection systems, kind of like weather radar for space bubbles. Some engineers are even trying to use these bubbles like cosmic surfboards, riding their energy to boost spacecraft speed. But for now, these plasma clouds remain one of space exploration's trickiest puzzles. And that's the wild world of space bubbles. Pretty mind-blowing how these invisible troublemakers shake up our cosmic neighborhood, right? If you enjoyed this space adventure, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share with your science-loving friends. See you next time.